Skyrim is home to a multitude of fascinating creatures from an era that in our world has been long since forgotten. Prehistoric creatures that once roamed our own Earth almost 100 meganum ago. But what if, in Skyrim, we didn't have to just stop at mammoths and saber cats? What if, through the infinite possibilities of modding, we could transform not only Skyrim's creatures, but its entire wilderness into an ancient prehistoric land, populated with incredible and fascinating Goliaths that shadow even the largest of creatures, from prehistoric insects which scurry around the dirt, to towering behemoths who gaze far above the clouds, all while overhauling the very land they walk on to embrace the newly Mesozoic theme. Today we're going to take up a whole new challenge, to transform Skyrim into a prehistoric world. Welcome to another episode of Game Change. Before we get into the episode, I want to give a massive thanks to Surfshark VPN for sponsoring this video.
The following is a safety protocol by Heavy Burns Incorporated.
One of the most important things you can do while being active online is staying protected, and that's why our friends over at Surfshark are offering us a massive 83% off and 3 extra months for free when using code HEAVYBURNS at checkout. But what exactly is Surfshark? Surfshark offers a virtual private network through an easy-to-use app or browser extension that will protect all of your data while traversing the internet. Your account can be accessed across an unlimited number of devices and can even access content that otherwise would have been hid behind other countries' limitations. And while using Surfshark, all of your data is completely encrypted, meaning you will not leave a single trace no matter what you do. And they're even offering you a 30-day money-back guarantee. So click the link in the description, use code HEAVYBURNS at checkout, and you'll get 83% off plus 3 months for free. It doesn't get more straightforward than that. Thank you once again to Surfshark for making videos like these possible, and without further ado, let's get into the episode. In order to convincingly sell that these prehistoric creatures could actually roam the world, we'll have to start by affecting just that, the world. The first mod we're going to add is Enhanced Landscapes, which aims to do a whole bunch of things, and we're pretty much going to be using all of the features for this video. But mainly it's the new grass, which completely covers the open areas of Skyrim in a lush green field, mimicking something you might imagine seeing in a prehistoric Jurassic game. And this will really add to the visual aesthetic to better suit all of the creatures added later in the video. But it's not the only flora mod we're going to be adding. Origins of the Forest is a mod designed to bring a more dense and realistic look to Skyrim's woodlands, by filling them with thick unkept bushes styled after those you would commonly see in real life, and it really helps to sell the ancient Mesozoic world we're trying to create. And possibly the most important pairing in this world section is both the mods Ancient Land and Mythical Tundra. The first is a massive overhaul, which adds a whole plethora of new landmarks and ruins across the entire face of Skyrim, to give them a more epic and ancient feeling. A few examples of these is the massive arched rock formation just outside of Whiterun, the many Nordic ruined rock passages dotted across the roads, and even occasionally ginormous statues of a time once past, that all really help to bring a more epic and effectively Stone Age feeling to the world. And Mythical Tundra does a similar thing but on a smaller but more direct scale, by adding a small location in the middle of the new open grassy plains where a Stonehenge-esque rock formation stands, which together with Ancient Land really brings a new feeling to exploring Skyrim's landmass. And alongside each one of these main mods, I'm also using a collection of smaller, more specific mods which you're now seeing on screen in order to just tie everything together in a neat prehistoric-ish way. But now it's time for the most important part of this video, the creatures. Now creatures are by far the most important part of this video, and are kind of the reason I'm making it. From sly insects, to peaceful mammals, or ginormous Jurassic Goliaths. This section aims to completely fill your world with new exciting creatures and also variants on more standardized animals that will really bring your world to life. And in addition, bring your oceans to life. So let's start there and work our way up in order of scale to make sure we cover everything. See this as moving up the evolutionary timetable, but instead of evolution, it's just how big they are, because we have no prejudice here. Goliath Gorupers are large, predatory fish located in Skyrim's saltwaters. Bantam Guar are small, reptilian-like chickens native to Morrowind. Shalks are large insectoids that can be found out at Solstheim or near the Rift, and similarly, Kwama Creatures adds a bunch of additional insects to Solstheim's landmass. Next is giant snakes, poisonous reptiles that can be encountered in caves. Durzogs, land reptilians spotted grazing amongst the Reach and Falkreath. Oviraptors, bird-like theropods that feast on smaller sized game. And Clannfears, formidable dinosaur creatures that can pose a deadly threat. And that's just the beginning. Gorgonops are agile small reptomammals which feast on small prey. The Deer Expansion mod introduces a bunch of new deer species all coming assigned with their own biomes, such as the snow, musk, or full forest deer. And in a similar vein, the Aurochs and Wild Horses mod introduces the bull-like cattle and the wild horses, which can both be seen in herds across the land. Welwas are four-eyed quadrupeds which resemble the look of a mutated wolf, and Andrewsarchus similarly resemble a large vicious hyena-type predator. And then we have the Beaked Suroids, adding a selection of small Mesozoic creatures to the open plains. Still not done. Giant poison scorpion arachnids, giant insectivorous anteaters, the long-limbed Macrauchenia, the vicious overhaul from bears of the north, the rhinoceros Arsinoitherium, giant insectoid centipedes, giant lumbering sloths, as well as the slow-shelled Glyptodonts, the towering spike-shield Aklosaurids, the flying feathered Cockatrices, the deathly scaled Basilisks, the colossus duck-billed Hadrosaurus that comes in 7 species variants, and lastly, the largest of all, the Goliath-sized Behemoths, to finalise this video's list. And there we have it, a short and concise list of mods aimed to bring a totally alien yet strangely familiar world to refresh your Skyrim experience after almost 10 years on. And I want to give a massive thanks to Zong on the Discord for actually originally coming up with this idea and helping me find a bunch of mods which you've seen in this video. And it just goes to show, if you have a good idea then leave it in the comments or join the Discord and let me know, because evidently there's a good chance I'll turn it into an episode. Also, this week's Twitter shoutout goes to Simply Not Dan, and if you wanted a chance to be shouted out in the next video, head over to Twitter and retweet my pinned tweet about this video. But other than that, yes, the Dragonborn video is coming. I've been busy with a bunch of projects all at once lately, so stay tuned because it is on the way. But thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.